Hello everybody, I am Crash Queen. It is Wednesday evening. It is Formula 2. Very much looking forward to this. We are of course at Bahrain, as you can see on your screen there. 5.412 kilometer circuit with 15 corners. Sorry, zoned out for a second there. 2 DRS zones. Quite a few passing opportunities. 3 DRS zones. Actually, one's missed in sector 2 there. Have to give it to Ulek. But anyway, we venture on. We thank everyone that is tuning in this evening, as well as going into the race. We are about to get into the one-shot qualifying here, and we'll see what we can do. Now, if you have followed the stream, if you're new to the stream, be sure to give us a follow. Very much appreciate it. But as you can see the title, this is actually race week 3 for Formula 2. They're one behind Formula 1. We'll jump right into it here, actually. There we go. We're right into qualifying. Track map for everyone to see. We got Chunky Corgi right now, and I think we're going to stick with Chunky Corgi. 17 drivers. Looks like it's going to make up the grid for this evening here. Chunky's really sitting second, but not looking too hot out of the gates. Fights through it, and ventures on to finish sector 1. Very nice one. Turn 4. And turn 5 into 6 we go. We see Chunky down. Bottom half up right now. Monty, Osmo, really good. Super nice one. Jacko up the top of the pack there. Gentleman in a hot spot. Good duo there. Right now sitting midfield. If they can gain a little more time as they come through sector 2 here. But they can barely hear me. Oh, because I just got a microphone ball. So that's probably it. I might be a little quieter than normal. Let's see, hopefully that's better. Oh, actually, here. There, that might help out. But anyway, I'm sorry, we continue on through sector 3 here. Chunky swings around turn 13, comes down that long straight that could actually kind of be a DRS straight, but decided not to. Around 14 and 15, Chunky finds himself 11th. Giroud and Super Enos look like they're going to take 1-2. Yes, they are, followed by Mahi and Helmet Jacko. I'm only here for the face reveal. Oh. Okay, well, let's get that off. That might make me a little louder. Oh, you know what? It's because I accidentally turned the stupid thing. Oh, I'm just going to mute myself so you don't hear all the scratching from it. Give me a second. Okay. Hopefully that's a little bit better. It was actually, my microphone was turned away from me because I can't tell from the bloody ball. But there you go. You see Giroud up on the top spot there with Super Nunes, and then there's the rest of the order. Bad commentating out of the gate so far. Only one disqualification, that being Nikki64. Not what you want to see. Yeah, I done goofed right out of the gate here, but we'll see if I can finish up strong here. Thank you everyone that is tuning in this evening. Very much appreciative. Hopefully you enjoy what is left of your Wednesday night, and maybe I can make it a little bit better here with Formula 2. Bahrain is... no. Is it? Oh, there we go. Alright. Okay. I'm figuring it out here. I say I'm figuring it out, but I already know what the heck I'm doing. At least I try to act like I do. So maybe I'm a little bit too loud now. Turn myself down a little bit, and there we go. Okay. Bahrain is to come. Alright. Feature race. 99 out of 100 times we're going to get a dry race in Bahrain. You don't see many clouds in Bahrain. I mean, you don't see... you know what? I don't want to speak out of ignorance, so I'm not even going to say. But I'm not sure we're at Interlagos here. Is the bloody... Did the stream title not change, I guess? Thank you for the heads up there. I'll go and edit that. I'm not going to lie. It's been a crazy day. It's going to be an even crazier day. Still not over for me. I'm going to be working twice in one day at the same place. Got a nice little overtime shift after this, so, or a graveyard shift, so looking forward to that. Kind of not really, but who doesn't like extra money, so I'll take that. And yes, you are right. We are not at Interlagos. This is F2 S4 Race Week 3 at Bahrain. Thank you very much for letting me know about that. I can't really tell uh, with the Streamlabs or whatever. At least I don't know how to. Still learning as we go. I am. But anywho, yeah, we're about to get underway here. Oh, thank you for the follow, Julian B2O. Very much appreciated. Saw that 4 minutes ago. Wasn't able to say anything. But anywho, this week is Bahrain. Next week, of course, is Zandvoort for both Formula 2 and for Formula 1. So that's something to look forward to. Zandvoort can be a very tough track, but it also can be a fun, fast track. So something to definitely look forward to. But we're about to get underway here as we have 5 red lights here. In Formula 2 at Bahrain, Giroud is going to lead us out of the gate. Super Nunes doesn't look to get a good enough jump. It looks like Giroud is going to have a clean line into turn 1. A little bit of battling between Mahi and El Majako, but Super Nunes is just leading him. Majako tries to dive down the inside, and a little bit of contact between some of the drivers in the back there. Actually at the front of the pack, and Hotspot slipping through, going a little bit off. His teammates falling back a wee bit. Impossible Bacon working his way in 5th, a little bit behind pace as of right now. But we still see Cake Thomas. I think he's actually jumped up quite a few positions right out of the gate. Oh, just one. Okay, it's actually Chunky Corgi who's jumped up 4 after qualifying 11th. The man who we followed through the entire qualifying section. And Impossible Bacon and Mahi, the 2 teammates, somewhat battling it out there, nearly a bit of contact, but seems to be a-okay. And Mahi's going to send it around the outside here. Doing a very lovely job, actually, making that stick. Impossible Bacon not wanting to battle it out too hard, but we'll see what Super Nunes can do. And Giroud goes deep, and Super Nunes is going to have track position now coming down the straight. And we come into turn 11. We have a change of lead, and El Majako is not too far back. Any mistake from Giroud, and Jacko will surely jump all over it. We'll see if Giroud can hold off as well as catch Super Nunes. A little bit of position changing between the teammates in the MP Motorsports there. Jinnet's hounding A. Daltonian, now taking a look at the inside of the turn 13, and AE opens it up for him. He's just absolutely draped all over him. Into the slipstream train we go, and breaks out does JC Blackley, but decides to go back in and gets alongside Hotspot and goes around the outside, making a lovely maneuver and making that move stick. Hotspot now in 11th. We'll see if he can catch back up to JC, or if JC might just have the straight line speed. It's actually Jin who's got some good straight line speed. Now he's on the inside line down A. Daltonian into turn 1, trying to outbrake him, sends it clean, and now forces AE into a really poor turn, and AE cuts across and blocks off JC Blackley. So JC's right in behind, and he looks like he's going to want to break out into the inside line here. Try and break alongside AE Daltonian. Yes, he does. AE giving the room, dropping back another position, and now Hotspot is all over AE Daltonian as well. JC Blackley picking up a couple of positions through, we'll just call it Sector 1 entirely. Moving up from 11th into 9th, AE going a little bit deep there, but it's actually Super Nunes all the way up to the top. He's worked himself nearly a whole second lead, which is very important as it won't allow Giroud DRS. But El Majako is staying in pace with Giroud only a half a second back, and not looking like he's going to fall back any farther, going way out wide to open up a really good racing line into turn 11. At any point, if we hit 20 viewers, let me know and I will do a face reveal. Alright. You can see how handsome the lead broadcaster is in Formula 1, or for MidWest F1 League. Darkness King swinging around and getting A. Daltonian, as well as A. Daltonian has swiftly lost 4 positions in 1 lap. Shelly the Turtle picking up an early penalty, as I should pick up the rest of these. But yes, thank you very much for everyone that is tuning in on your Wednesday. Hope you're enjoying it. Anything to say in chat, by all means, please do. If I'm making some sort of mistake, then hey, let me know, okay? There's only one way to get better than that speed. Has to be helped out. But Hotspot and Darkness King now battling out down the pit straight here. No DRS is going to be open this lap, so it's just a straight drag race, and these guys are really dragging it out here. Initially, Darkness had the pace, but then Hotspot kicked it into gear and actually out. Whoa, that was actually really close, as I not able to finish my thought. And that was even closer as Darkness King and Hotspot looked like they made a little contact coming around turn 3. But Hotspot's able to break away, and now Darkness King, even with DRS, unfortunately with the contact, is going to be under fire from AE Daltonian, but has the inside line, and AE's got to go all the way around the outside. Unable to take the Lewis Hamilton move and gain a little bit of speed, as that is actually illegal. So unfortunate for him, has to stay the clean line around. A little bit of damage actually to Darkness King came out of that. Or sorry, that's AE Daltonian. Okay, so that's probably why AE Daltonian is slowing up so much. We'll try and stick on a proper camera here so I don't keep changing it and giving people epilepsy. And way off track is AE Daltonian go, and that turn 10 can really throw someone off, as we just saw it there. Giroux is now 1.8 seconds behind Super Ninas. The Super Ninas has kind of made himself into an F2 beast. El Majacco still sits within half a second to Giroux, so Giroux hasn't been able to shake him. Cake is just off the pace, 1 second back. Mahi Mahi seems to be hunting Cake down here as we come down the straight into turn 14. Mahi's looking at the inside line, but nothing's quite going there. His teammate in Impossible Bacon is 2 seconds back of that battle. As this race really starts to open up now, only 3 laps deep, we see a lot of gaps being opened real quick. And now there we go, we have Mahi Mahi making a move to the inside line. It's actually El Majacco. We'll get this on battle for podium here. Jacko to the outside, Giroux to the inside in defense. Jacko sends it all the way around deep, taking a tough racing line through turn 2. Gives just enough track to Giroux, but he goes up on the curb, but Giroux's the one with DRS, so now he's going to be able to get himself back. Ooh, so very close, almost. It looks like he was drifting a little bit around turn 4 there, but was able to keep it, and Giroux is into 3rd. Mahi Mahi did get the overtake onto Cake Thomas, but this battle might not be done yet. We'll see if Giroux can keep it close enough and take a good line through turn 10 and maybe try and warrant a move into turn 11, but it will be very tough. Not many passes do get done there. To be honest, more passes get done in turn 14 with no DRS than they do into turn 11 with DRS. And there we go, an unfortunate line from Giroux is going to have him sliding around turn 10. Not close enough to get alongside Jacko. Once again, Jacko taking that very wide line. JC Blackley gets overtaken by Chunky Corgi actually. So JC Blackley finds himself in a little bit of trouble, and we're very clean there. Chunky Corgi takes a clean line, a little bit of a bump from JC Blackley. And yes, we continue on. Chunky still holding on to that gap. Giroux is the closest man on track right now. Actually, no, I say that, but Team B7 Racing is actually very close to Marky Mark Gaming as well, so we'll keep an eye out on that gap as well. So a lot of battles. And it's actually Nikki on Team B7 Racing, as Nikki picks up a position, but we got Giroux going down the inside line through the pit straight on El Majacco, and don't look yet, as well as Mahi Mahi, not too far out of this battle. Yes, he goes down the inside. Jacko tries to fight back, but not enough room was really given there. I don't know if he was alongside him enough, and that's going to have Mahi Mahi racing around turn 3 and trying to get close enough into turn 4, but it's actually Jacko and Giroux that are going to continue to fight this battle out. But Jacko's having to go the deep way around, and with that happening, it's actually brought Cake Thomas back into play here with all this battling. The C's not too far away, and Jacko is just swinging around. Mahi Mahi is trying to find a place on track and dives down the inside line and makes a little bit of contact with Jacko, and Jacko gets pushed out, and now he's in 5th place here. A little bit of lag spiking for Mahi Mahi didn't help out Jacko's case there. Now Mahi sitting in 3rd, maybe slightly slowing up the drivers behind, as Giroux has opened up a 1 second gap, and Mahi is just out of DRS and may just be slowing up these 2 drivers behind him as Giroux continues to slightly open up the gap in front. Here we go, Darkness King looking at Hotspot, and oh, we have our first DNF of the night. That's young DJ CJ losing it around turn 3. Maybe we can get onto Super Ninas if they don't clean up that car in time. We can see where he's definitely along the left side of the track, but maybe we can get a good angle on how. Nope, he's gone. All right. Goodbye, young DJ CJ. Hopefully we'll see you. Hopefully we'll be seeing you in the sprint race. But we still continue on here. Elma Jacko, 1/10 behind Cake, and now he's down the outside line as Cake defends the inside. Jacko sends it deep, gets his car all the way in front, but Cake takes a shorter way around track, but Jacko's got the overall pace and swings through turn 3 in front. But here you go, Cake actually gets a really good run as well, and that gets him back alongside Jacko. And a lovely camera angle there into turn 4. Cake having the inside line, Jacko really holding on to the outside line, Cake fighting him right out. Jacko just able to get his car ahead and takes back fourth place, yes it is, as Mahi Mahi is a second and a bit up the road just behind Giroud, but he has caught him. Impossible Bacon and Janet to win it for a second there. We're battling and they're still very close, so we'll have to keep an eye on that battle. Looks like we got some pit stops here, as the medium hard tire compounds are the one for choice this evening. Of course, only 2 tire compounds are available in Formula 2, and it is the medium and hards this evening, so we'll see how that plays out. A lot of drivers are now switching to the hards. Oh, what happened there? I did not... Oh no. He swings right across and nearly hits nearly hit Impossible Bacon. And gets himself off the racing line out of the way. Really tough place to be there, but he has a big gap behind him, so he's going to swing himself around track, and he's surely going to come into the pit now. I didn't catch if there was contact there. I love the overhead camera shots. Me as well. You gotta love it. Yes, we do see some pit stops here. Jacko Impossible and Super going one lap, or potentially 2 laps deeper on the mediums. But a lot of drivers have come into the pit here. So all of these drivers in the pit right now are going to go on to hards. I guess we can really see about how much of a difference the overcut can make here. I mean, with it being medium to hard, the undercut might not be as beneficial as the overcut here. But we continue on. A hot spot sits a half a second back. The pit stop strategies are really going to come into play here, at least for the top 10, as they've kind of separated themselves from the rest of the pack. Looks like some of them were getting into a little bit of issues early on and are trying to salvage as much as they can. But you never know what may happen. We'll take a quick peek to Super Ninas, and so he's into the pit. Excuse me. And as well as Jacko is into the pit. So now about a 30-second gap between Giroud and Jacko, and 31.5-second gap between Mahi and Jacko. So we'll see how much of a difference the overcut makes. Now, of course, Formula 2 is a little bit longer of a pit stop here. But Jacko's going to break out of the pit. And oh my goodness, this is going to be close. Super should still hold the lead. Yes, he will, but where will Jacko come out? Jacko is just barely behind. Oh, Mahi goes deep. The overcut wasn't too much of a difference at all, quite honestly. And we'll see if the 1 lap difference will come into play later on here. But JC Blackley trying to get in the slipstream of Darkness King, but it's actually Darkness who has the DRS. JC's still going to try and make a maneuver around the outside, but Darkness has got the car ahead, and he will hold on to 7th. JC right on the tail of Darkness. Darkness doing a good job of keeping some clean racing lines there, not getting overwhelmed by a driver so close behind. And a little bit of a train actually. Cake seemed to have got caught up in traffic. Or no, sorry, he spun out. Yes, that's the reasoning. Ouch, yeah. Still in 9th place. Potentially 7th to play for. So still things can happen, as well as maybe someone up front bins it. So nothing is gone quite yet. Jacko and Mahi are the closest battle for podium position. Mahi sitting 3rd. Jacko just on the outside looking in 4th, and just barely agonizingly as he just falls out. Needs a good run out, and yes, it looks like Mahi breaks a little bit later through that turn, but Jacko makes it up with his exit speed, and now he's going to make up a little bit more time as well with DRS as he swings down into turn 1. Tries to brake late and catch up to Mahi as much as possible, and makes up a little bit of time, but Mahi gets really good exit speed through turns 3 and 4. Or sorry, turns 2 and 3. And now Jacko's getting closer with the help of DRS. Darkness and JC still battling it out. And Darkness has to go up on the curb around turn 2 to keep himself on track. And now Cake gets a really good run out of turn 3 and tries to get down the inside of turn 4. JC goes way deep through turn 4. And now Darkness is still going to hold on to 7th place. JC just taking a little peeks around the outside there, but nothing quite going. And Darkness continually holds on to that lead. As we hear some cars drive past us on the straight heading into turn 11, we'll jump on over to those cars and see what they're doing. Mahi sitting 3/10 back of Giroud, as Jacko has actually lost a little bit of time to Mahi. Trying to work himself within it. He's got a couple of turns and a straight to go, and we have a yellow flag there in sector 2, but I think everything seems to be okay. The driver is still continuing on his jolly way. Jacko just gets within DRS here. At least he should. Yeah, he does. Just barely. Now Mahi's turn to try and make up some ground to the driver ahead, that being Giroud, 3/4 of a second back. And he can't quite get in the slipstream, but does make up about 1/4 of a second. But then when you're going fast into a turn, it's tough to slow it down. And we're going to see a couple of country mates battling it out here with Impossible Bacon and Jin to win it. Impossible holding on to 5th right now, but Jin not too far off from that top 5 position. JC and Darkness King still battling it out. A little bit of contact into turn 1. Nothing crazy, and JC doesn't get as good of a run out of turn 3 than Darkness, and Darkness having DRS. Cake still just behind, and a lovely little switchback as JC Blackley has gone deep several times through that turn, and Darkness uses that to his advantage. JC goes right up on the curb. Darkness has to swing out wide, and unfortunately swings out too wide, and here we go. Cake Thomas down the inside line onto JC Blackley. They don't touch, but JC's got the inside into turn 10. And Cake looked at a little bit of a maneuver there. And now he's got DRS as we drag down the secondary starting gate in Bahrain. JC Blackley swinging inside then outside. Cake holding his line and getting a really good run. Just, ooh, so very close. Nearly alongside JC Blackley, but not quite. But up ahead, we have Mahi and Jacko, who are so very close to each other. We'll have to jump back to this battle, as it's looking like Jacko's going to get a really good run into turn 1. Now, maybe if he breaks super late and super deep, does get alongside Mahi. And yeah, he gets ahead of Mahi through turn 2, so now he might have a go at Giroud here as well, trying to get 2 positions in 3 corners. And Giroud goes deep. Jacko times the turn well, but they're still alongside each other. JC Blackley and Cake, still battling out. A little bit of contact between Giroud and Jacko. Then Jacko gets tapped by Mahi and then spins back and then loses all that progress that he just made. And Cake and JC still battling it out. Cake's going to force JC all the way around the outside, and then takes the racing line away and holds on to 7th place. Team B7 Racing and Marky Mark as well battling for 13th and 14th. Team B7 gets it going into turn 1. Marky Mark not wanting to turn into his opponent, backs away, and now Mahi and Giroud are battling it out in for 2nd place, and a little bit of contact and more contact. Then Giroud swings across Jacko from the contact, and now Jacko's trying to hold the clean line and getting a good run through 13. Super Ninas did set the fastest lap not too long ago, or actually last lap on his hards, which is a very impressive feat. Giroud's trying to match the slipstream, and here we go, Super Ninas setting another fastest lap as those hards are coming alive for him here. But now we're going to see into turn 1 here. Is Jacko going to be able to break super deep like he did before? Is Giroud going to be the man to overtake Mahi in this situation? He's going to warrant himself alongside Mahi, trying to break deep. A little bit of drift, and Mahi catches the curb and then drifts into Giroud. Jacko gets himself alongside of Giroud and as well getting a good run out of turn 3. But I don't think he's close enough to Mahi to get alongside or pass into turn 4, so he's just going to have to hold on to the 3rd podium position as of right now. Jin to win it, right behind once again his countrymate of Impossible Bacon as we continue on through Sector 2 here. Lap 12 we are on, so still several laps to go here. Plenty can happen, and these hards are getting a little bit older, so we'll see who's done well with them. But it looks like we got JC Blackley, who's gone off through turn 4. He loses several positions now. He's dropped back to 10th. And I'm not sure, does he have any damage to his wing? Yes, he does, and that is the front, of course it's the right end plate damage, so I'm not entirely sure how that happened, but it's very likely that it happened with a little bit of contact with another driver. Now Impossible's working on Giroud. Giroud was really falling back here. Impossible trying to go around the outside on Giroud. Giroud is really slowing him up. Now with Possible trying to get around Giroud, he's kind of put himself into a tough racing line, and he's able to get out of the turn well enough, and we come through turn 14 and 15 here. If Jin and Impossible can get good runs out of the turn, then maybe a double move for both of the British drivers into turn 1. Impossible's looking like he's going to get alongside, but I think Jin might be a little bit too far gone. But we see up the road there, Jacko going... Ooh, we have several battles on track here. Giroud just holding on, Impossible with a little bit of contact. Jin gets himself alongside. Mahi's going to try and something into turn 4, but can't get quite close enough to Elma Jacko. And tries to switch back, gets right up on the curb. But no, Jacko's going to hold that one out. Giroud still holding on to 4th place. Jinnit now into 5th as Impossible drops back into 6th. And Giroud's just been nothing but battles here this evening. He is still holding on to 4th place. Jin goes a little bit deep. Impossible tries to stick his nose in there, but he can't quite make enough room. Ninas is lapping Shelly the Turtle, I believe, up ahead. And now Jin is right on the tail of Giroud, leaving turn 10, but I don't think he's close enough for a move into the sweeping left-hander of turn 11 here. He gets right up on the racing line and swings around Giroud, taking a little bit deeper of a line than Jinnit, but both seeming to work as well as they can. But Jin, here we go, he's got a little bit of pace coming around into turn 13. And he's made up a little bit of ground, but a good exit from Giroud is going to open that gap ever so slightly back up. Jin has worked his way half a second up on Mahi, and Mahi going right up and over that curb is not what you want to see. He actually loses a little bit of time, but he will gain a little bit of that back coming into turn 1. Jin has actually lost time as well to Giroud coming through the final 2 turns. So nothing into turn 1 will be for him, and neither for Impossible Bacon. So we are into lap 14 here, looking fairly well. 3 full laps to go as we're about to finish up sector 1 is the leaders. Jinnit to win it, so very close to Giroud, but he has to be kicking himself by losing that time coming through the final 2 turns, but might be able to get something going here. And actually, yes, he's going to dive down the inside, and unfortunately goes a little bit too deep, and Giroux just switches him back effortlessly, really. Little over aggressive from Jin, couldn't quite slow the car down enough. The move was on, but maybe broke a little bit too late. Mahi's so very close to Jacko, but can't quite get alongside him coming into turn 11 here. Once again, right up on the curb as Mahi continues to attack the curbs. And once again, we see little different racing lines between the two drivers, but it's actually Giroux this time opening up the gap to Jin. Going a little deep as he finishes up turn 13. Jin gets right up onto the curb, but he's just kind of worked himself three-quarters of a second out of Giroux now. And yeah, it's looking like Jin is just ever so slightly struggling with that final turn there. And Giroux's going to hold on to 4th place for now, but the battle for second is still underway. Well, he's going to try, and oh no, he punts Jacko into turn 1. We'll see where Jacko can pick himself up, and he's right now in 6th. He's going to have no damage. Let's see if Mahi sustained any. And somehow he did not. And Impossible looking at a move on his countrymate and Jinnit to win it, but wasn't quite enough there. Former teammates actually in Division 1 is Impossible and Jin. Impossible is actually looking really good here for a pass on Jin, but nothing there. Jacko, as was up in 2nd, is able to get back into the 2nd pack here, but his chance for a podium is diminishing by the corner. Yellow in Sector 2 as we see Shelly the Turtle pulling off to the side, respecting the drivers ahead. MX Blocks, I'm sorry I didn't catch you there. Good to see you in chat. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Oh, Jacko goes up onto the curb. Nothing quite going there. Super's just absolutely setting a blistering pace here. No one can really compete with him in Formula 2 as it stands right now. The guy's just been in a complete class of his own from I think race week 1 actually. Jacko's so very close to Impossible Bacon. Let's see if he can get past him here. He's into the slipstream. That's going to give him enough speed to get him alongside into turn 1. Down the inside line he goes, and yes he does. He has a position back. Into 5th place goes Jacko, blocking off Impossible through turn 2. And he will get DRS as well to try and close the gap. Impossible unfortunately taking a time penalty there, but it shouldn't kill him at all really, as the next driver behind him is 14 seconds back, but we are on the last lap here. Lap 16 of 16, sprint race to follow. Super Ninas surely has this one locked up unless there's a commentator curse in the cards, but a very well driven race from Super Ninas from beginning to end, and he's looking to take a 15-second gap win here. Pretty much that's the second a lap, so he's been a complete class of his own this race. So we'll see if he can carry that over with some traffic ahead in the start of the race in the sprint. But still 3rd place is up for grabs and potentially 2nd place. We'll see as Mahi may end up taking a penalty at the end of this all. There we see Super Ninas coming over the line for the win, but we are more focused on the battle for second here. Is Giroux going to be able to overtake Mahi on track? Are we going to get a nice little drag to the finish here as Mahi comes across Giroux? Okay. Uh-oh. Yeah, something's happening in chat. Okay, so that just happened. Now the podium is Super Ninas, Jinnit, and Jacko. I don't know what to make of that. You push me in the final court, you bellend. Oh, okay. Oh, right. Well, that's happened. All the drivers are moving up the order. Unfortunately, not Shelly the turtle, though. Shelly, unfortunately, was, oh my god. Alright, well, hopefully it's dropped. Okay, so that was interesting. Not the podium that we were expecting, but yeah. I guess it is what it is. We'll go through the finishing order here. It's Suprit Ninas, Jinna to win it, Elma Jacko 1, 2, 3. There we go. Impossible Bacon 4, Cake Thomas 5th, Darkness King 6, Hot Pot 7th, A Daltonian 8th, JC Blackley 9th, Team B7 Racing 10th, Nikki in 11th, Chunky in 12th, Marky Mark Gaming in 13th, and the collision of Mahi Mahi and Giroux in 14th, 15th, and Shelly the Turtle in 16th, and the unfortunate DNF to young DJ CJ. Crash, I hope my driving was entertaining enough. You know what? You did a very good job of getting out of the way of the leaders. So I applaud you, Shells the Turtle. Very well done. Yeah, Team B7 Racing with a clean race to get a top 10. Not too bad. Okay. There we go. Wheel is hard enough. Excuses, Turtle. TC Team B7 Racing says giving autographs as the race. Ah, there you go. Are you new to the wheel there, Shelly? But okay. Thank you, everyone, for I appreciate everyone in chat. Thank you, VTech. I appreciate you stopping by, man. Very nice to see you. Trying not to crash. Hey, what's wrong with crash? Yeah, second time driving it. Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I've got a buddy who's got a wheel, and when I go over there, I try and redo the track on controller. I beat myself by like a second and a half, 2 seconds easily. So, takes some time for sure adjusting the wheel, but it's a different look on it also. Best of luck, Shelly. Best of luck. But here we go. We are going to get into the race. As the lights go out, A. Daltonian leads us. Hotspot gets a really good jump, as well as Darkness King. And Darkness King looking at a line into turn 1, but A is able to get it back and cuts off the line to Darkness King as we have a big cluster into turn 1 here. I'll try and make out what is going on, but what is going on is some contact because there's 3 abreast through turn 2. We're still on with Darkness King as Darkness unfortunately has lost some positions here. We'll get on with Super Ninas and see what Super can do into turn 4. Was able to swing out and there we go. Yes, just clean through the drivers ahead. Elma Jacko and Apostle Bacon are continually going to battle this one out as we swing through the slalom. And there we go. There's a bunch of drivers gone. And Super Ninas, our race winner of last, unfortunately spins and is back down into 14th. Oh my god. And we have a VSC. Alright. Man, this F2, man, it just can't. Everyone's gotta be a hero. Everyone's gotta be a hero. That's not what you want to see. But a VSC is surely to come to an end fairly quick here, and we're going to get back into it. Hotspot leads the way still in first place. A. Daltonian in second. We'll take a quick peek at the position changes out of the gate, and it's actually unfortunately Darkness King losing 4, Super Ninas losing 6. Mahi Mahi is DNF'd, Marky Mark Gaming as well, unfortunately getting caught up in that little bit of chaos back there. So unfortunately his evening is done. B-Tech, I don't know if it was patience, my friend. I think there is a little bit of anger that was gotten out in that one, so we'll see. Oh no, Darkness gets the drive-through penalty, the dreaded drive-through penalty. Jacko gets a really good jump on the VSC as he comes into turn 4, and even more contact as young DJ CJ are gone, as well as Chunky Corgi. So another 2 drivers out of this race. We'll see if we can get on with Giroud for a moment there. Actually, no, he's in the pit, so those drivers will be cleaned up by the time he gets out. We continue on with Cake Thomas, getting very, very close to Elma Jacko there, but Elma Jacko is just able to get away. Still in third is Elma Jacko. A. Daltonian is actually slightly closed the gap to Hotspot there, but Jacko looks like he goes, yeah, deep there, but he's able to hold on. Impossible Bacon back in 5th, once again holding off his countrymate of Jin to win it, as they were 5-6 for a majority of the race until Impossible found himself in a little bit of bad luck, and Jin was able to pull ahead and then end up getting the podium in the end. My intervals are all gone, so I'm going to have to be going this off of the naked eye, so we'll see what I can do. Looks like Impossible Bacon is fairly close. Actually looks... Let's look back here. Let's see what Super Ninas is doing all the way back in 10th. Our race winner, of course, of the feature race is now back in 10th after a little bit of a spin around turn 6. So still some time to make up some positions, but it's going to be tough here. He's currently sitting 10th with 10 full laps to go as we are on to lap 3. And there we go, Impossible Bacon on Cake Thomas now around the outside, very close to each other. Impossible Bacon sporting the Dan Tictum, actually. And no, oh no, Jin to win it nearly once again was able to swoop through. Let's get a little bit of hiccups, excuse me there. And Impossible Bacon's taking the shorter way around the turn, but Cake Thomas is just able to hold him out, but still weaving his way through and trying to find a place to overtake. Now Jin is actually looking at that. Maybe a dive down. No, he does not
not wanting to do it to his comrade. Shelly the Turtle, unfortunately, picking up a penalty early on here. Super Ninas getting Nikki 64. Nikki's going to try and duke this one out, but no. Super Ninas has got the braking prowess. Hotspot has opened himself just up, or sorry, nearly opened himself a second ahead of Hotspot. So, oh my god, tongue twister. My apologies. A Daltonian actually now falls, as I'll continue on from what I was initially saying. A Daltonian is now a second back of Hotspot, taking a couple of bad turns in a row and has now got El Majacco all over him. AE was looking fairly good to start this race, but now a couple of bad turns puts him into a little bit of trouble here. And now he's going to have to line up the inside line down turn 13 and 14. It goes up and over the curb a little bit, but can't hold the speed through the corner. But will that mean Jacko? No, AE's the only one of the crew not to get DRS. On to lap 4. AE gets overtaken. Actually, no, he's going to try and battle this one out. He's going to go deep, and I think he gets punted a little bit. And yes, he is. He's up on the grass. Swings himself back through and then enters track. Not the best way. Tried to get himself back in the racing line, but did not see Jinnit to win it coming through the turn, and contact puts AE all the way back in 10th. Unfortunately, he was, of course, second at one point there, but yikes. That's rough. He's got to pick up his head and get back out there. Still points to get. JC Blackley is right behind Super Ninas, so Super Ninas was able to get a position from him. It's JC Blackley. What? Dude, who is this guy ahead of you? Super has become an absolute animal in Formula 2. And now he's diving down the inside line on Impossible Bacon here. This guy's a cheat code in a way. Giroud picking up fastest lap. And there we go. Super is going to go around the outside. And can he make this move stick? It's tough all the way around the outside of turn 11, actually gaining some ground. And now the inside of turn 12 and even more contact. It looked like he went a little bit deep through the turn. And of course I jinxed that one. And oh no, they made contact. And a full-on safety car here. Ouch, ouch, ouch. So that's 6 drivers gone here, as well as the race winner of last race. Oh me, oh my. Well, we're going to catch back up to the pack here. We're going to wait on Giroud. Hopefully we don't see any pit stops. We may potentially. Yeah, VTech, tell me about it, man. What is going on here? And we are going to see Giroud into the pit. I guess that is a smart pit. I will give him that. And I put on... very smart there, Shelly. Very smart. Oh. Since when did they make soccer socks with a left foot and a right foot? Trust me, I am not rich enough to be buying socks that have designated feet on them. Believe you and me. Unsafe rejoin causing flip car. Lamau. Lamau. Yes, that was quite the incident there. There we go. And weirdly enough, it does feel better on the proper feet. Okay, we continue on to the safety car here. Alright. Here we go, here we go. Sorry, I'm fiddling around here. Now, I feel... There we go. Let's... That looks weird though. Up there maybe. Move this. Up there and this. Down there. Oh my god, what is going on? Shelly, was that you? Safety car is still going around here. Looks definitely one more lap. Alright, you know what we'll do the face reveal, okay? You know what, for all those lovely people that have tuned in here. We'll also look at Netherlands on what's next to come this next week. And tomorrow as well, we are back with Division 1, and as you can see your drivers line up right there. So, and without further ado, I will now introduce myself, the physical being of myself, that being Crash for Queen. So hello everyone, thank you for tuning in here in the Midwest F1 League. Very much appreciate everyone that does stop by and take a part with what is this league, and it wouldn't be the same without any of you. So I'm only a small piece of this, and it wouldn't be what it is without everyone that is a part of the league. So thank you very much. I am Crash for Queen. Hello, there you go. And if you're curious, this is a Shamrock Rovers shirt, straight from Ireland, so I'm very happy to be wearing that. And I'm waiting for this to be done, to be quite honest, because I've got soccer practice. So, you know what, I like racing, I like doing this for everyone, but you know, like, tick, 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 come on, let's get into it here. But yes, thank you very much for tuning in. I know, it's not as good as you thought it'd be. It's actually better. But there we go, we're back. We are about to get going here. I believe the safety car is in this lap. We should be getting that message fairly soon here. So then we can get right back into racing and get through. It looks like we're gonna have lap 8, so 5 full laps after the restart, and then we'll be it. W for Crash. Hey, appreciate it. Shanky shank. There we go. Everyone's caught back up to the pack. Take a quick peek at the tire compounds. 4 people have made pit stops. Jin has thrown on some fresh medium, so he believes in himself. I believe in Jin too. We'll see, but he's got to get past Shelly the Turtle. So turtles are known to be quick, so we'll see what Shelly can do. Swinging around the final turn. The safety car is in, and away we go once again. A. Daltonian is very close. Shelly Turtle gets a really good run on A. Daltonian, actually. He's got the move lined up to turn 1. In the BWT, in the pink Merc of F2 down the inside line, decides to bump the teammate, and forcing A. Daltonian around the outside. Jinnit is going to send it, and as well picking up a couple positions right out of the gate. JC Blackley can see the mess ahead and wants to line up the inside line, but Shelley blocks that out, and JC actually goes deep around turn 4. Shelley's going to try and hold this one, still in 8th place. And yeah, JC Blackley's going to get stuck behind. No movement up at the top yet, but Jacko is very close on the back of Hotspot, as well. Cake Thomas back on the close of Jacko. But the man to watch right now is Jeanette Twin. He's got Nikki ahead of him. Shelley and JC still battling it here, and just ahead. And some major contact. Shelley pushing JC right back off. And well, that's an interesting battle back there. But here we go. Jeanette Twin is still holding on to, or actually no, started taking 5th place away from Nikki, now up into the top 5 on some very fresh mediums. You saw Nikki going very deep and out wide there. Jeanette can see 1st place just ahead, as well as that major pack, all on older hards. So maybe Jeanette's got a shout here. No DRS until lap 9. Major contact there, as there we go, we see Hotspot. And yellow flag in sector 3, Hotspot picks himself up off the wall. That's a rough one. But that's going to allow Jeanette up one more position. We'll see how that is handled later. But top 3 all battling for track position as Rainbow Six Siege is updated. Didn't know I was updating that right now. Good to know. And now Jin has caught himself within DRS range of the drivers ahead. Well, I had a good race going. Yeah, that's quite unfortunate. Team B7. What can you do? Shit happens. Here we go. We swing our way through turn 7. Ooh, and Giroud and Hotspot looked like they got into it a little bit. And there we go. Continue on. Jeanette still stuck in behind Impossible Bacon, and another full-on safety car. What? Giroud is done. Wow. It's literally going to be a safety car for a lap. So it looks like we're just going to have lap 11 and lap 12 to race. And a drive-through penalty to Shelly the Turtle. Oh no. Speeding under VSC. Trying to cheat Shelly the Turtle. What are you doing? Came into the pit there. Darkness Knight. I don't think that's Darkness King, sorry. That's I don't say that's a good idea. Shelly the Turtle, you can't serve your drive-through penalty right now. You're gonna have to pit. You won't be able to catch the pack, as the safety car has to come in with 2 laps to go. So it's literally just gonna swing around and just bunch up this gap. One person that's benefiting from this is Hotspot, really. But does Hotspot have any damage? Looks like he's losing his left end plate there. So a little bit of damage. Still in 8th, only 10 drivers left here. Many of things can happen, but as soon as this is finished, I'm going to have to skedaddle right on out of here. Hopefully I can make it to soccer practice not too late. Safety car should be in here. Yes. As pointless as a safety car can ever be. that's okay. I don't make the rules. Jacko allows the safety car to escape up the road. Only 8 drivers in this pack. Darkness King is trying to catch up. Shelly the Turtle unfortunately still has the drive-through penalty, so that hurts. When is Jacko gonna let rip? It looks like he does early around turn 15. Gets a little bit of a gap on Cake, and Cake is just barely in the slipstream, and Impossible Bacon catches a good timing on Cake, and he's making a little bit of ground up in the slipstream. Very close, 2 laps to go, no DRS for the rest of this race. Keep that in mind. So it's just down to pure racing here. JC Blackley looking at the inside line of AE Deltoni, but AE blocks that out. Still holding on to 6th place is AE. JC is going to try and get alongside him into turn 4. Takes a peek, double pumps in, and then hits AE Deltoni ever so slightly through the turn, somehow not losing his end plate. Now Jenna to win it with the freshest of tires. Nikki now is gone off a little bit. Jenna with the freshest of tires and the best tire compound is now going to try and work away past Impossible Bacon. Yellow in sector 1, that's Shelly the Turtle. Shelly picks up the car and gets on with it, and Jin had some major pace coming around that turn, but unfortunately was blocked off by Impossible, as Impossible's going for a podium here. Jacko's the only one in line for a double podium, as right now Jin is just sitting off. Impossible goes just off, but I'm not sure if that's going to count as a penalty here. Like I said, no DRS, so no help down this straight other than just straight slipstream, so just honest racing is going to be taking place here. Jin once again taking a little bite of that curb and trying to break the slipstream is Impossible Bacon, but Jin follows him down the pit straight. Impossible giving him a little bit of a shimmy shake, and there we go. Jin's gonna dive down the inside line with the mediums, is able to get the car slowed in time, but no. Impossible just gets himself back alongside. A little bit of contact between the drivers. Jin swings out a little bit wide, and he's trying to gain control of the car, and Jacko's worked himself a second up ahead of Cake Thomas, so it's looking good for Jacko here. Jin is still just outside of a podium here for Impossible, but he's running out of turns. Impossible's doing a good job of holding him off, a little bit of contact, but I'm not sure if that was enough to warrant a penalty. Impossible going a little bit deep, so a mistake is still in the cards here for Jin to win it if he can just force Impossible into something. JC Blackley as well, not too far away from a top 5 in this race. Looks like Shelly the Turtle is going to serve the drive-through penalty. And now Jin, so very close to Impossible Bacon, coming through turn 11. Only 4 turns left to go here. We're going to come around the fast right-hander of turn 12. Don't want to get any of that curve, or else that thing will bite and fire you right out of here. JC still in behind AE Daltonian. It's looking like Jacko's going to take the win here in the feature race, but still 3rd place is well up for grabs. Jin has just got to take a really good run out of this final turn. And oh, Impossible with a little bit of oversteer, and we got a drag race to the finish here. Can Jin get it done? Oh, so very close, and a little bit of contact, but not close enough. Jin just loses out. JC Blackley gets AE Daltonian. Hotspot is going to come over the line in 9th, and Shelly the Turtle is going to finish up in 10th. But like I said, running behind schedule, so unfortunately I'm going to have to bring the stream to an end. Thank you very much, everyone that did tune in here, and you're welcome for those that got the face reveal. So have a good rest of your evening, and hopefully I'll see you back tomorrow night for, once again, Bahrain with Formula 2. So see you then. I'll be here with Jacko, and if you know anyone that is interested in Formula 1 racing, then send them our way. We'll very much appreciate it. We're almost at 200 and I think we're at 215. That follower count is a little bit behind, but don't believe it. 215 followers is where we sit, so we are getting there. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday or Thursday if you're in Australia, or Thursday morning if you're in England, or sorry, in Europe. So thank you very much. I've been Crash McQueen once again. We've been the Midwest F1 League. Hopefully we'll be seeing you tomorrow night.